Welcome to Moe News. It's an opportunity for me to bring community news, people making the news, and what's happening here at City Hall. So today I'm very happy to be here with Audrey Barnes, our Director of Communications, and this is our kickoff of our pod room. So I'm very happy that the podcast room is up and running, and it looks great. It looks like it functions very well. So again, welcome to those that are listening today. The other thing I wanted to make sure everyone knew is that this is available for members of the community, businesses, nonprofits, and hopefully it'll allow you the opportunity to spread the word, not only in Laurel, but outside of Laurel's boundaries. And today, I just want to ask Audrey if she could tell us a little bit about how people can use the room, and is there a cost associated?
Yeah. Well, this is great. And Mayor Moe, I have to thank you because you and I talked about starting a podcast room years ago, way before a lot of people have done it. And now it's finally come to fruition. So thank you to you as mayor and
it looks great.
City Council for their support as well. This is just another really great way for us to engage with the community.
I agree.
And you were asking how people can get involved. What we've done is we've set up an appointment system on a platform called Setmore. So it's setmore.com. And the name of our studio is Podcast City Studios. And so when you get on setmore.com, you're going to look for Podcast City Studios, and that's the Laurel's podcast studio. And then they can sign up for an appointment, come in, and there is a cost associated with it. And that cost depends on how much support you get from us. Okay. If you just wanted to come in and sit down and record a podcast, you could do that for $50. But if you wanted to come in, record a podcast, and have us edit all kinds of video into it, and then air it on TV, that can cost you up to $200 an hour.
Right.
So it all just depends on what kind of podcast they want to put together.
Okay, very good. And as I said, we're sitting in the new podcast room here, and I know you can't see everything, but you're listening in, and maybe Audrey could tell us a little bit about the room and really how it up and running got started. I know we talked about it, as you said, but let me just ask you to kind of maybe give a visual so people can see what it's, what the room is like, what we're sitting in, quite frankly.
Right. Well, we took it really down to the studs to get this podcast room up and going. There's a little booth in the back where our audio engineer sets with all the equipment. Darnell Butler's back in the audio booth this morning. And also all the equipment that gets us on the airwaves is back there. And then we soundproofed it. And we got the best microphones in here. It sounds great. Love the headsets, and just try to make it very user friendly. It's a nice space where eventually if guests that come in wanted to even put their company logo, we could project it on this space. So we're trying to make sure that we're going to grow with the community as they decide what they want to do in here. We think it's best for maybe 3 people at the most, the way it's set up, but there's options. We could even sometimes take the furniture out and do a little bit bigger podcast. So we're really trying to be available to what the community wants. And what we did was we did a little survey. Right before we were really getting ready to launch. And we asked the community, what do you want to see? What kind of programming would you like on our podcast? And the main thing we heard was people really want historical information about Laurel. They like those interviews where they're learning something.
Sure.
And there was a lot of people that wanted just pure entertainment. So if you are a podcast producer, there's a lot of options for you here.
Good. Mm-hmm. Well, this is my first. I started before the pandemic. I tried it just on my own a couple of times, but this is so much better. And again, I think, as I do updates here in city government and people making the news, as I said, I want it to be fun. I want everybody to be relaxed. People want to know what's happening in their city, and hopefully we can do that. The other piece that you talked to me about was I could actually have talk to somebody in Annapolis, maybe one of our senators and delegates, while I'm sitting here as well.
Right. We do have the ability to take in a Zoom in the middle of a podcast and then air all of that, edit it together and air it on Laurel TV. So that's another, really, you could talk to people anywhere in the world. As long as they have a good signal and we can get them on Zoom, they could be a part of a locally produced podcast. Sure. So it's very innovative. We have a good team. We work with a local contractor, Cornerstone Solutions, to build this. They're the best in this area as far as putting together podcast rooms and doing audio, things like this. So we're really proud that we were able to use local talent to build this. And they'll be assisting us with audio technicians when we need them as well. So
great.
A lot of good things.
Good.
Okay.
The other thing is I've been trying to find out if other municipalities were doing podcasts, and I saw a few, but not a lot in Prince George's and other areas. So it gives us an opportunity maybe that want to use ours.
Right. And we're not far. You know, that's the great thing about Laurel. We're so centrally located between Baltimore and Washington. And honestly, we've already gotten inquiries from Virginia even.
Oh,
so
great.
It's just get on the highway, come here and do your podcast. I mean, it's worth the drive.
And honestly, make a little money for Department of Communications and the podcast room and Laurel TV and other things that really reach out to the community. So that's great. Great news.
I think people will find that our prices are very competitive with what other municipalities and like the Washington, D.C. podcast studios would charge. This is a bargain for the high quality production that you're going to get here. So
Great.
I hope people will really take advantage of that.
That's great. And I want to publicly thank you and the Department of Communications staff for all the work they did getting the room set up. And again, I want to thank the council for making sure that we had the funds to do this. And but again, this has really turned out real well, and it's another opportunity for to get the word out to the community. So thank you, and thank your staff. And Darnell, thank you back there in the control room as well for doing that. So I do appreciate all the work y'all are doing.
Thank you, Mayor Moe.
So we had Audrey here because we wanted to brag about the new room that she and her department put together, and I'm very happy. And I hope others will again come out and use the room. But as I promised, let me also give you a little updates on what's happening here. Now tonight, it's September the 9th. It's Wednesday, so you may be listening to this later on. But this is for the month of September. The mayor and council will be talking about legislation and other things here in the city. But tonight is our work session agenda. And let me just read you the agenda, which our council president will call to order at 6 o'clock. Possible adjournment into closed session. We need to consult with our legal counsel, and that is falls under state law. So there's certain requirements we have to do, but hopefully we'll be going into executive session. We also have a bid recommendation for the Stephen P. Turney Recreational Complex lighting, which the Department of Park and Recs will be presenting, as well as the purchase of battery-powered mowers by the Department of Park and Recs. Now, we saw this yesterday, the trailer that we've been able to purchase, and we're trying to move forward with battery-operated and get away from all of the motorized equipment to help do our part when we talk about the environment and sustainability. There's also a bid recommendation on Van Dusen Road improvements for the conceptual design by the Department of Public Works. And there's an equipment acquisition for a Spartan Leaf Pro, which Department of Public Works will be presenting. And then we have ordinance number 2016, which is a text amendment, which is an ordinance for the Mayor and City Council of Laurel, Maryland to amend the Unified Land Code, Chapter 20. And I'm not going to go into detail because then, as I said, we want to keep this fun. And that's pretty boring stuff. But it's needed. We have to make some revisions. Also, Ordinance 2017, which allows the Mayor and City Council to remove our labor code that is really under the police department right now. We have Department of Public Works that wants to unionize. We've given them that for collective bargaining, and we have given them that authority, but we have to change our labor code a little bit on that. I do want to remind everybody that you can watch the meetings on Laurel TV. They stream or on your computer at https laureltv.org, watch live. I actually just go to the webpage, go to your site,
yes,
and then find it that way. And usually
It says watch now, makes it easy.
Yeah, a lot easier for sure. But you can also find it on Comcast 996, which is the
that's in high definition.
High definition.
Yeah.
I almost forgot. High definition. And channel 71 is just a regular channel for Comcast to watch our Laurel TV. And on Verizon, it's channel 12. Also want to remind everybody, we got an upcoming election, the mayor and city council election. It's a full mayor and city council, so you'll be voting for your representatives in the ward, the at-large member, and as for the mayor. The election's on November the 7th, 2023, and early voting is on Wednesday, November the 4th. Yesterday, we had the lieutenant governor here with us. We were bragging to her and showing off our environmental programs that we've done here in the city, as well as sustainability. We saw a lot of the different lawnmowers. The communications department put together a great video, which she said send it her way, and she wants to brag about it. But she was here, and she was very impressed, and said she'd be talking to the governor about some of our programs. So I'm really pleased with that, and pleased that the work that we do here. And last is 204 Fort Meade Road, which is the building we bought right there next to Home Depot. It's the old Sports Fit store. And that is what we're calling the multi-service center, where people in need of help will be able to go there and get some help and some guidance and support. And it's in 2 phases. The first phase is going to be still the multi-service center, but there is a recreational piece, and that will go hand in hand with phase 2, which should probably be completed June, July of 2024. But we are looking to do an event, a ribbon cutting, sometime in mid-October for phase 1 that we'll be able to use. I'm really pleased with it. Everybody deserves a big hand on the multi-service center. And with that said, I just want to again congratulate you. Thank you, and the public. It was important to be here at the kickoff, and hopefully I'll do some more Moe News updates later on down the road. But thank you for letting me be the first here and kick off, and I'll let you end it if you have anything else to say.
Well, I just want to make sure that those who are listening know that they can find Moe News and all of the other podcasts that we're doing on the Buzzsprout platform. That's a platform that lists all kinds of different podcasts. So go there and look for some of the Laurel podcasts on buzzsprout.com.
Great.
But to sign up, setmore.com. Look for Podcast City Studios. That's us here in Laurel.
Great. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Miramal, for letting me join you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Absolutely.
Okay.